Hello everyone! In this episode, we're covering Shelby Oaks.
We are also covering Regretting You.
But of course, we have to have our movie news.
And then we go right into our spooky screen season.
And in the second half, we talk about some movies with family dynamics.
And then we wrap it all up with our Did We Know?
Don't make me throw this hummus. It's spicy.
Hello, everybody.
Hi there.
And welcome to a new episode of the A-List Admission.
Welcome.
And for those who are new or joining us for the first time or haven't ever seen an episode and just kind of follow us on whatever Instagram thing.
Those are all synonyms for the same thing, I
You're
guess.
right, I guess so. I'm Ricardo.
I'm Cheyenne.
And we talk about movies that have just come out. Or, like, for this episode, we also talk about spooky screen movies. But we try to make it so that way you can go into Tuesday on the cheap night and you know what movie you're looking for. Or any night, but Tuesday's the cheap night. So.
And we also like to wear our Oodies when we're filming.
Yes, except Cheyenne's kind of wearing it
I'm wearing it actually upside down right now. So the hood is down here because I'm really warm right now, but I'm also going to get cold because we film in our basement, which gets cold, obviously. So I'm like, I could slip this down, but I'm wearing like my shitty pajama shirt. So I'm like, okay, this will work.
Yeah. And then I'm exhausted today. Don't know why. So if I start to like sound incoherent, I'm pretty sure Cheyenne will just like nudge me. And it may not make the edit. It might make the edit if it's funny. So stay tuned, I guess.
Oh, man. Okay. Did you eat anything today? Could that be why?
Yeah, I had breakfast.
What'd you have?
I went to Tim's and got breakfast.
Oh, what'd you have?
I had the egg and cheese bagel belt and then just a coffee.
Oh.
Yeah, 12-grain bagel.
Ooh, I like 12 grain.
But yeah, we'll go into some of our personal news, which I guess is kind of the personal news for a lot of people because it's the weekend before Halloween. Unless you do it on November 1st, which feels really
or do it
weird.
On Halloween.
I guess so. But we're going to a Halloween party tomorrow. And so, our friends won't see this video before we go, which works out great. We are dressing up as the main characters from Jurassic Park.
Well, I guess, one of the main, two of the main in the group.
I would say the two main characters in the movie.
True.
Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Dr.
Alan Grant,
and
every time.
Ellie
Sattler.
Thank you. But yeah, so
and actually, I'm really excited for mine because the shirt that she wears, it's the pink one. The one I found on Amazon is spot on.
I should say we're going to buy costumes. Like we actually went through a whole thing about costumes. Like at one point we were going to do Bluey and do Chili and Bandit.
But the costumes are either really not well done or the ones that are well done are very expensive for a one-time use. Because we were going to get like onesie jumpsuit types of things. I know I would not wear that because it's probably so made for a costume that it wouldn't be comfortable wearing it as an everyday.
And so for us it was $70 Canadian.
I think it was more than that. Yeah.
No, it was $70 Canadian.
I thought it was way more.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was like 80 or 90.
Essentially, we'd spend $140 Canadian plus tax, or I guess that's roughly around 110, 100 American in that range, which is expensive. Like I
think it was still more.
I'm pretty sure it was $70, but I could be wrong.
Either way, we found this.
Yeah. Well, then we went through different versions of different characters. I think what was the other one? We talked about Corpse Bride. We talked about Addams Family again. We
talked about SpongeBob at one point.
We talked about I Love Lucy and then we just we're like, okay, if we do one, how can we deconstruct one where we just order everything on Amazon or Walmart or whatever? And Jurassic Park, the main characters have a very generic clothing that added together give a very iconic look. So it fit very well, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then hopefully it's comfortable enough that we can last an evening and not either be too hot or too cold.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's our personal news. Happy Halloween. Or I guess not yet, but like when this comes out, I hope you will have a happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
The next time we record, I think will be on Halloween.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, hopefully everyone is safe and gonna have fun, and hopefully the weather's not absolute dog shit, where it's raining or it's freezing or whatever. But yeah, no. Hopefully all of your parties are fun. Hopefully, Halloween ends up being very good.
Yeah.
And next week we'll talk about. I'm honestly thinking next week we'll talk about just horror movies, like for the second half.
Yeah.
Like, because we'll be recording it on Halloween, but
or even the day before, because there's not many movies coming out next week.
we'll talk about it. But yeah, maybe we'll just talk all Halloween movies for the second half and just go on like a review bonanza kind of thing. Anyway, go into our movie news.
Yeah.
Do you want to start it off?
Sure, because I found this one and it's very recent. Johnny Depp is finally making a comeback in Hollywood. He is in talks, and they have confirmed this actually now that since I've shared this, but to play Ebenezer Scrooge in the movie Ebenezer: A Christmas Carol, which is going to be a new, darker take on the classic by Charles Dickens. It'll be directed by Ty West. He's directed all those movies with Mia Goth, like Pearl, X, Maxine. He's done all of those. And it was written by Nathaniel Halpern. And then co-starring is going to be Andrea Riseborough. And it's going to be produced by Paramount Pictures. They already have a fast-tracked filming release day of November 13th, 2026. And it's described as a thrilling ghost story set in Victorian London, and this is going to be Johnny Depp's first major Hollywood studio role since that really long hiatus, and I am very excited. And this was from Screen Thrill as well, I should also say.
I will also mention, because we've definitely talked about it on this podcast already, this will be one of 2 Christmas Carol movies coming out. The other one stars Willem Dafoe, which we've talked about. I don't remember the director. I want to say it's Edgar Wright, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 2 Christmas Carol movies that are going to come out roughly around the same time.
Next year?
I think so.
Oh.
I'll if I'm wrong, I'll correct it on the screen. But there definitely is 2 Christmas Carol movies out in production right now, which is interesting.
Wow.
So the second movie news brought to you by Inside History on Instagram is that MTV signs off after 44 years of all your favorite music videos and just music in general. It was launched in 1981 with the Buggles' Video Killed the Radio Star. And then it has transformed the experience of music and it's helped launch legends like Madonna, Michael Jackson, and Nirvana. Eventually it's shifted away from music videos towards reality TV show reruns
like Catfish.
I was gonna say, like, one of our favorite shows is Catfish, but now the parent company Paramount has announced that it's just gonna phase out MTV completely and move it all on as digital content under the Paramount brand.
Yeah, and it's Paramount Global too, which I didn't realize was.
I think it's just Paramount. It's just I think the main company is called Paramount Global. But yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that. Like, a part of me kind of misses the fact that we're not going to have, like, music videos as a big thing anymore. But, again, music videos haven't been a big thing in a long, long time. Like, I remember when YouTube had Vivo, and that was where I used to watch all my music videos.
Yeah, Vivo.
Yeah, after, obviously, MTV, but, like, yeah, and then after Vivo kind of just quietly disappeared.
I forgot about Vivo. I thought it was still a thing.
It probably is still a thing, but no one watches music videos anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to mention the third one?
Sure. So if you haven't heard of the first movie, but The Mitchells versus the Machines, which was a Netflix movie, it's getting a sequel from Sony Pictures Animation. It's officially getting one, and it's going to start filming in January of 2026. And this news also comes from the website Empire. It's currently in production, or like going to have it starting up soon, and Netflix already is going to line up to release this movie. The original film's head of the story, who's Guillermo Martinez, is actually going to make his directorial debut on this sequel as well, which is really fun because he's also going to be doing with his co-director is going to be J.P. Sands, who did The Bad Guy 2. So they both are doing sequels, which is fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, I think.
Yeah, and then Phil Lord and Chris Miller will also be doing the production stuff for this.
And also, if it's any animation thing like K-pop Demon Hunters, who Sony also did, I think they're on a really good track right now to crush it with animated movies on Netflix. Yeah,
well, I mean, Sony itself with animation has been doing a phenomenal job. Just look at all the Spider-Verse movies and how Phil Lord and Chris Miller have done those ones. So the fact that they're producing this, plus the fact that Mitchell and the Machines, we loved the first time we saw it, I think this will be very, very good and very, very interesting to watch. So the fourth movie news.
Is that fourth?
Yeah, because you did the first
yeah.
one. Yeah. So the fourth one is, I don't know if you've heard, but Steven Soderbergh was supposed to do a Star Wars movie, and they were going to try to do a Ben Solo Star Wars sequel movie right after Rise of the Skywalker, or it was supposed to take place after Rise of the Skywalker, but Disney shut it down, completely shut it down. So, Adam Driver has released all the information because it is completely canceled. It's not going to happen anymore. It was supposed to be what happened to Ben Solo after Rise of Skywalker. So, slight spoiler for Rise of Skywalker, but at the end, Ben Solo dies, which is Adam Driver's character. And this was a story of how he came back to life and where he went and what was going to happen.
So he didn't die.
Yeah, but no, they don't so Disney canceled it because they wanted him dead. Like they were like,
wow,
oh, he's dead. There's not really a way out of it.
You could do a prequel.
Yeah, but we'll see what they do.
They're doing nothing.
Regardless, there's other movies, Star Wars movies coming out, right? It's just more, what are they going to do in place of that? So Adam Driver and Steven Soderbergh they wrote a complete script. They were ready to. So basically, this was Adam Driver's idea. Pitched it to Steven. Steven loved it. Steven and Adam wrote an entire thing for it, and then they pitched it to Disney, and Bob Iger and the other executives said no, they didn't want to do it, and that's kind of what killed it.
Yeah, so apparently they did tap on Scott Z. Burns to write the script, actually, but yeah, that just sucks that it's all in the wash now.
Yeah, it's the one idea that gets thrown out. I mean, Star Wars has the ability to adapt a bunch of things in the future, and there's a million and one stories and million and one ways they can go. So yeah, I'm not really surprised that it's gonna happen and what's gonna happen, and yeah, they'll figure it out afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. That was the movie news, though. Got a good 4 out of it, I think.
Yeah.
Some exciting stuff to look forward to, and some not so exciting stuff to not look forward to. So we did see 2 movies, like we said. We did a double feature. Ironically, it was most perfect timing and most perfect placing. So our first movie ended at 8:55. Our second movie started at 9, and they were in the theaters next to each other.
Literally.
We didn't realize till we looked at our tickets, and we're like, oh my gosh, they're the same theaters. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
So it was great. So the first one we saw was Shelby Oaks.
Yes, and the second one we saw was Regretting You.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Shelby Oaks. Did you want me to do it, or you want to do it?
You can do it.
Okay, perfect. Shelby Oaks. The director was Chris Stuckman. Funny thing, he was a YouTuber, and he kickstarted this to get it off the ground. The rating was rated R for violent content / gore, suicide, and language. The runtime is approximately 99 minutes, which equals out to an hour 39 minutes. And the main cast is Camille Sullivan, Brendan Sexton III, Keith David, Michael Beach, Robin Bartlett, and Sarah Dern.
Not to be mixed up with Laura Dern, because it's a different spelling.
All right, and the spoiler-free synopsis is: a documentary filmmaker named Mia delves into the disappearance of her sister Riley, who vanishes years earlier while investigating an abandoned town called Shelby Oaks. As Mia uncovers new and disturbing leads, she begins to question everything she thought she knew, including the childhood memory of a demon they once dismissed as imaginary. What starts as a search for the missing sister becomes a terrifying journey into hidden evil and forgotten places.
What did you think?
For Shelby Oaks, I am really happy with it. I think it was one I wasn't expecting to be as good. It's intense in a very interesting way. I like the kind of fake documentary style of this.
I do. I'll leave my opinion. You go ahead. Sorry.
I liked it. I thought it was a cool angle for a horror movie, especially because horror movies seem to be like kind of cookie cutter and kind of what to expect for a lot of horror movies. Don't get me wrong, some of the jump scares were kind of like very much telegraphed in this.
Oh, I didn't jump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some jump scares you could tell what's going to happen when it happened. But I liked the weirdness of it. I liked the intense darkness to it. I liked the idea that it was based on paranormal hunters, because people love ghost hunters and stuff like that. So I liked that idea that they tore into it. the otherworldly stuff I thought was very weird, and it leaves you uneasy. And no, I thought it was very, very good.
I agree with you. Both movies I wasn't exactly excited for, especially the latter movie. This one I was more excited because I'm like, oh, finally another horror movie. Let's hope it's good. It kind of sucks that it's so short because it was only 99 minutes. But I'm like, okay, let's see if they can make it work. Because horror movies, if it's really short, it's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
They either cram too much in or they just make the pacing just right. And I thought the pacing was just right on this. It's getting really negative reviews online. And it actually bothers me because I thought it was a really good job, especially from being a kick-started movie from a YouTuber. Props to Chris Stuckman because I thought it was a really, really good movie. I enjoyed it. Going back to the documentary thing, I liked that. It reminded me a lot of like Dateline in a sense. At the very beginning especially. I'm not going to spoil it. But I will say the only thing that kind of irked me slightly about the documentary was the way the sister, it just felt very acted documentary. Like it didn't feel like a real person I would see on a real documentary talking. It did kind of give the vibes of an actress doing a real person in a documentary.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I didn't hate it. That kind of irked me a little. And there was one other scene later in the movie that did dumb my score down half a point because it was just a little cheesy for me. But
the other thing I wanted to mention, and it's gonna drive me nuts, but like, because I can't remember the movie that I was going to compare it to.
you could describe it.
I think that's Severance, but I could be wrong. But that's just a TV show.
Substance?
No. The one where Presence. Thank you. Anyway, so this movie I really liked. Obviously, the ghost stuff is cool, but unlike Presence, because we did not enjoy Presence at all. This felt fresh and interesting and very grounded, and like. I think one of the things that I liked about it was as a original movie idea, because we've seen also a lot of sequels this year when it comes to even horror, right? I mean, obviously, I think Black Phone 2 is going to be the horror movie of the year. I don't see anything topping that.
I have to look through what we've seen.
But I think this movie is really good as a brand new idea, original concept, and with such a low budget, I think this is brilliant. I really, really did like it. Kind of like you, I can see what you mean about the acted documentary thing, but I think it kind of just plays up the idea that things just unexpected happened also in that.
But also, comparing it back to Presence, each of these movies did have an interesting film, like way of the cinematography, like this one being the documentary vibe, like very Blair Witch Project-y kind of, and then Presence being first person point of view of the ghost or whatever the presence was. But I preferred this movie. Neither one has a high rating for me, but this one I did prefer.
Yeah, I'm not going to say this movie is like the be all end all. I think there's like, also I do understand like the plot kind of weakens out in the second half of this movie, maybe the third act of this movie, it really weakens out. But at the same time, I think that this movie, for what it is and for comparing it even to the other movies that came out around this time.
I'm comparing it to like Sinners or Weapons or Present. Like, there's so many other movies, and I'm like in my head, I'm mentally lowering it again because of those other movies this year.
All right, then let's talk. What is your rating for this movie?
It's now a 7.
So mine was gonna be a 7 anyway.
Oh, okay.
Like I was kind of.
Mine was around an 8, and then I was like, no, half a point down. No, 7.
I was originally going 6.5, but I'm like, no. This movie was enjoyable, like fairly enjoyable. Like I think, there's definitely gonna be some flaws to it, but one, for the first time, for Chris Stuckman, and also for this to be like not a traditional roots thing for the director. Also, this being kickstarted, so funding was like homegrown, and it didn't really have that production issue kind of thing, where like everything feels so like produced. Like this I thought was really, really well done. Very similar to how you said was Blair Witch Project. Mm-hmm. Like this has that feel, and I think I like it because it feels so raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. But 7 I think is a good fit for that.
Yeah, 7 seems like a good good number. I'll stick with that.
Yeah.
One other thing we should mention is that Shelby Oaks was technically a 2024 movie, correct?
Yes.
So just a heads up. It was released in theaters here in 2025, but it is technically a 2024 movie. But it is out currently in theaters. Okay, so the next movie we saw was Regretting You. The director is Josh Boone. It has a rating of PG-13 for some sexual content, teen drug and alcohol use, and some brief, strong language. It's approximately 117 minutes, which gauges around an hour and 57 minutes. And the genre, which is why I'm going to mention this, because Ricky was saying it was a rom-com. I was like, it gives rom drama. Anyway, it is a romantic drama based on a novel by Colleen Hoover.
I disagree, but whatever.
It has comedic moments, sure, but it is still a drama at heart.
I think it's fairly funny for a comedic drama. Anyway.
I'm thinking of like 2 Weeks Notice. No, this is not a rom-com. That's a rom-com. Anyway, main cast is as follows: Allison Williams, McKenna Grace, Dave Franco, Mason Thames, Willa Fitzgerald, Scott Eastwood, and Clancy Brown. The spoiler-free synopsis is that Morgan Grant has set aside her own dreams to focus on raising her daughter Clara, and though they share a deep bond, they live very different lives. When a devastating accident claims two beloved family members, secrets and betrayals long buried begin to surface. As Morgan and Clara navigate grief, love, and growing pains, they're forced to confront what they've held back, what they regret, and what it means to rebuild from the wreckage of their perfect life.
All right, so what did you think of
I loved it. So I was dreading this movie, let me just say. Was dreading it, and I loved it. I thought it was sweet. It had all the heartwarming moments, the tear-jerking moments, and I don't cry in movies. I cried like 5 times in this movie.
I think I honestly only cried once in this movie.
Because I don't know, a lot of it I kind of resonated with nostalgic-wise, and I loved the cast. I thought the cast was great. Like, I wouldn't have changed probably a thing about it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think this movie was phenomenal in the way that it makes the romantic genre very interesting. I still think it's a comedy because I think this movie had so many moments where it was either funny because it was cringy, funny because it was funny.
But it's not slapstick funny, whereas rom-coms do that.
Sure, but I think there's many levels to comedy, and I don't think that just because it's not slapstick funny that it isn't a comedy.
But dramas also have funny moments.
Yeah, but if we talk about like comparing like The Notebook to this, it's not like
The Martian was considered a drama, and I had comedy in it.
I disagree. I guess, but that one was. I don't know. I feel like that one is a very different kind of comedy, though. Like it's still comedic.
Yeah, they were both comedic, but not.
But I don't think this one.
At its core, it wasn't like made to be funny.
I think this one was way more comedic than it was dramatic.
I think dramatic is bad because 2 people die. So,
but people die in funny movies all the time.
In this way, the grief is very much drama, not comedy.
I don't know. I think this kind of blends both genres then, because I think that this movie has so many moments where you're just laughing.
Yeah, laughing, but also upset.
Yeah, but again, comedies can be deep. Well, you're acting as if no comedies can be deep and serious either.
No, I didn't say that.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. Like this is what that movie gave me.
Okay, then that's fine. Then you agree to disagree. That's your opinion. That's okay.
All right. I do say that this movie, like, the chemistry between McKenna Grace and Mason Thames is undeniable, and like I think that their real life relationship really supplements this very well. There are rumors that it's all for press, which I think is kind of bullshit, in my opinion. But no, I think that their chemistry in this movie makes this movie that much better.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they were really good together, and they did a great job. I don't know if it's for marketing or not in real life. They're really good friends. I know that. I still think it's a marketing ploy, but I can't say.
They look way too chummy to be like friends. I think that to me, it's like it radiates to every kind of conversation they have, the way that they look at each other, the way that they talk to each other, the way that they bring up romantic dates that they've been on.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I know, like the Lantern Festival stuff. Yeah. I get it.
But
yeah,
even,
I don't know.
But even to me, like Allison Williams and Dave Franco, they also had great chemistry. And obviously, I know that Dave Franco's with Allison Brie, but
Oh, that's ironic.
yeah, right. I just
Wow.
realized that too. But no, I think that like Cheyenne said, each of the cast members did such a unbelievable job. Even the side characters, I can't even remember what the friend's name is.
Izzy? Lizzie? Izzy?
Is he?
No, I don't know. No.
Doesn't matter. Point is that every character, even the side characters, like even Clancy Brown to me, was so important and so vital to the plot of the movie, and each one contributed in such a deep and profound way. I think that this movie, especially for rom movies,
Romance
romantic movies that we watched this year, I think this beats out every romantic movie we've seen this year. And I can't, like, apart from Materialist, there's more, but I can't think of them.
Oh, Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
This is better than that.
This I was gonna give. Originally, I was gonna give it a 9, but I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
I was thinking the same thing.
What?
8.5.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Not 9. Sorry, 8.5. Because I think the Big Bold Beautiful Journey stalls halfway through, and this felt so poignant the entire time, and so deep, and so relatable to at least I can speak from my own experience from the teenage perspective of things. Like this felt very high school to me.
Yeah.
And then this also felt very adult to me when you look at the relationship between Allison Williams and Dave Franco. And I think it relates to multiple generations at the same time, which I think is what makes this movie so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this movie is brilliant. 8.5, I think, is a good.
Yeah,
good point
I'm
for it.
very happy with both movies. Honestly, you'd have no problem seeing either one, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, we also know that there's other movies that are out. I don't think we even mentioned this, but After the Hunt was one we were going to watch, but we spaced it out a little bit because next week I think there's only one movie. That's what you did mention.
So there's only one movie coming out next week. So we were like, to kind of even it out. After the Hunt, we'll see early next week, and then we'll put it into next week's episode.
But yeah, so if between these two movies, if you're looking for a good movie, it really depends on what kind of mood you're in.
The genre.
Yeah, like if you're wanting to keep it spooky because it's Halloween, Shelby Oaks is a really good horror movie. We both really recommend it. If you want to just kind of take a step back and do something a little bit, I would say lighthearted, but it's not really that lighthearted. Regretting You is also really, really well done. But yeah, now we'll go into our spooky screen season.
Yeah. So one of the two movies we're going to talk about, we actually watched
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I want to say, and we completely forgot that we did not put it in the podcast. So we're going to do it now. Do you mind if I do this one?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
I don't mind.
First one is ParaNorman from 2012. The directors were Sam Fell and Chris Butler. Had a rating of PG for scary action and images, thematic elements, some rude humor, and language. Also, the quote for this episode was from this movie, if you did not know. The runtime is approximately 92 minutes. The main cast includes Cody Smith-McPhee, Tucker Albrizi, Anna Kendrick, Casey Affleck, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Leslie Mann, Jeff Garlin, and John Goodman. And the spoiler-free synopsis is, in the eerie town of Blythe Hollow, young Norman Babcock can see and speak with the dead, something no one else believes. When a centuries-old witch's curse resurfaces and zombies rise from their graves, Norman must rally his misfit classmates and muster his courage to save his town from supernatural chaos. Along the way, he discovers that being different might be his greatest strength.
All right, ParaNorman.
I love this movie.
I think it's quintessential Halloween movie. Like, I don't think there's a better... there's one movie I'm going to rate better than this, but I think this, to me, like, I know we're going to get our ratings later, but, like, this is a 9.5 out of 10 to me. Like, I love this movie from beginning to end.
I love The Best Friend.
I will... So, I have an issue with Chowder from Monster House. I have no issue with Neil in this. I fucking
they're
love
not boobs,
Neil.
they're pectorals.
Ow, my boobs.
Yeah.
But like this movie, yeah. So right off the bat, quotable. The animation's unbelievably
I love this
well
animation
done.
stuff.
The story is so captivating and amazing. The cast is also incredible, and I think that this movie also is very relatable for the weirdos, like people who grew up and they thought, oh, I'm different than everyone else. This is a perfect movie for you. And then obviously it gets you into that creepy Halloween-y vibe. And then I don't know, this movie's just so fun.
I'd agree. I think I will give it a 9.5. I've cherished this movie for years, next to Monster House and Coraline. But like I love this movie. Like I'd easily get a tattoo for this movie because it's just one, so relatable, but it's just so cute and a really good story, and it's very real because he's a bullied kid and he's getting even like bullied by his dad because his dad also kind of doesn't believe it, just thinks he's got issues essentially. I don't think they mentioned the grandmother in the cast, which is Elaine Stritch. She's a really, really famous actress, very well-renowned actress, and she was super cute as the grandmother as well in it.
I agree. I think this movie, like they're even re-releasing this movie. I think it's how old is that now? 13 years old now?
I think they already did release it, but it never came here, unfortunately.
No, but they also released a new short for it, which me and Cheyenne have not seen.
Oh yeah.
Which we got to find somewhere. And then the other thing is like this movie, I think, like this is Laika, right? That did this?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So to me, Laika, anything Laika does, mind you, the only one we haven't seen is the...
Yeah, we did. Kubo and the Three Strings,
No,
we did.
the other one with Hugh Jackman.
Missing Link.
Thank you. That is the only one we haven't seen by them. But every other movie is a top-tier movie, especially in animation.
And Coraline's one of my all-time favorites.
See, so that was what I was going to say. This movie, for me, beats out Coraline.
They're kind of on par for me.
I love this movie. To me, this one is more relatable to me.
Yeah, you
Coraline.
usually relate more to like when the main character is a boy, though.
Well,
ironically,
yeah, sure. But like to me, I just like the misfit part of it. Like, I think I relate more to Norman because of the fact that he's so oddball and weird and kooky, whereas Coraline is just a normal girl that gets caught up in a weird situation.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the second movie that we watched was Hubie Halloween. And we've probably talked about Hubie Halloween, I think 3 different times on this podcast in this month. Yeah. But so we're like, fuck it, let's watch it.
We have watched it before.
Yeah. So Hubie Halloween came out in 2020. Director is Steven Brill. The rating is PG-13 for crude and suggestive content, language, and brief teen partying.
Wow, I didn't think that would actually be a category in a rating.
I'm surprised it's not like drinking or
I guess that
or
encompasses that.
I guess so. Anyway, the runtime is approximately an hour and 43 minutes, and the main cast is Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Julie Bowen, Ray Liotta, Steve Buscemi, Maya Rudolph, Rob Schneider, and Kenan Thompson. There's also more comedians in this cast, but obviously that's just like the main ones.
And can we also say Steve Buscemi has been in 2 of the Halloween movies we've seen, both times as a neighbor who has something to do with the lawn in both of them.
I will say, okay, Cheyenne has pulled this thread of the lawn thing. It's one line in
It's
Hubie
one line
Halloween.
in Hubie Halloween that he mentions something about the lawn, but then whatever, he's still a neighbor in Monster House. Stay off my lawn. Like, it doesn't matter. It's still fucking funny. But it's also funny regardless of the lawn. Yeah, we've already watched 2 movies with him as a neighbor for Halloween. It's really weird.
Well, okay, I will say, Adam Sandler always casts Steve Buscemi in a movie.
But he wasn't in Monster House.
You're right. But funny enough, Kevin James was in both. But anyway.
And I'm going to be doing the spoiler-free synopsis because the state in which this movie takes place, Ricky cannot say at all, because it sounds like something else, and he can't get it out of his head.
I'll explain it after you read the synopsis.
In the historic town of Salem, Massachusetts, an eccentric volunteer Halloween helper, Hubie Dubois, works each October 31st to ensure the festivities run smoothly, despite being mocked and belittled by many in his own community. But this Halloween, something more sinister lurks, a new mysterious neighbor, an escaped convict, and unexplained disappearances. Hubie soon finds himself the only person who believes the danger is real, and the only one who might be able to stop it.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, you want to explain?
Okay, so Sorry to all the parents because they're gonna hear me swear more times.
Well,
more
we
now.
do anyway.
I know, but I can't say Massachusetts. Nope. Okay, I can only say because of fucking high school me. I can only say massive two shits, and so I can't say What is it?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how I say it. Just because I don't want to say shits for whatever reason in it.
Oh no! Every time I look at that word, it's immediately my brain goes, "Oh, massive two shits," and it's not that. And
I volunteered to help Ricky. Oh, sorry, with the synopsis.
There was no way I was going to get through it. Anyway,
it's cute.
Hubie Halloween is an Adam Sandler movie.
It's an Adam Sandler movie at heart, always. And it's got a great cast. Very, like you said too, very typical cast that are in a lot of his other movies, and a couple ones that haven't been yet.
Yeah, like Kenan Thompson, I don't think has been in.
Or Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph maybe has been in one, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. But you're right.
And a couple SNL cast. Like it's a really fun movie.
Yeah, but as soon as I see an Adam Sandler movie, there's three people I immediately think they're going to be in it.
Rob Schneider,
Kevin James, and Steve Buscemi.
Like
every time.
And his wife and his kids. Sandler's.
His kids are a newer addition.
Yeah, that Adam Sandler, his wife for sure. Like I think of Paul Blart Mall Cop. I think of Kevin James, and I think of Adam Sandler's wife.
Well, then I think of Grown Ups, and then I think of Happy Gilmore.
And do you want to mention the Cameron Boyce thing? But at the end of Hubie Halloween, there is an in memoriam for Cameron Boyce.
Yeah, so Cameron Boyce plays Adam Sandler's son in, especially in Grown Ups is what I can first remember him being. But I'm pretty sure this is accurate. But Adam Sandler has said that he won't cast another son because of the passing of Cameron Boyce. And so in Happy Gilmore 2, there's actually a little picture frame of Cameron Boyce in honor of him.
Oh, was he in Happy Gilmore then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one you're thinking of then. Because you said you thought he was in something else.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Grown Ups is the first time I've seen it. But like, yeah, so I think that I'm pretty sure Adam Sandler said he's not going to cast another son simply because the passing of Cameron Boyce was very close to him and very touching to him, and so he didn't want to stay in that memory. And yeah, so at the end of this movie, that little in memoriam, honestly, is just so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, his death is it's so sad. Like
one of the saddest deaths, especially because it was like essentially natural causes, but like it was seizures, right?
Seizures, yeah. It's just way too young.
What, 18, I think, or
way too young, and he has way too much of a career left. And
it's like the other one, the one we really liked, who died getting crushed by his car.
Oh, Anton
Elsick or something like that.
Yeah, the one who was in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but I mean, there's so many people that pass away way too young. Like,
yeah,
the one that always, like, I remember actively like bawling my eyes out was when Chadwick Boseman passed.
Oh my gosh,
I couldn't believe it. And
I was the one who told you, actually, because I saw it on my phone, and I was just shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about I think me and China might have mentioned this on the podcast, but there's some actors that have passed away that it's just like really hit us hard.
Well, Robin Williams.
Oh, that one. I remember where I was. I remember my reaction.
I remember when Michael Jackson died. For me, that was hard. But that's how these people make such an impact on us, and we don't know them, but we know their characters. We know how much we love those characters, and we love those people because they provide us entertainment.
But even also the human side of it, where it's like, at least from what we can do, what the media shows us and what online shows us, is these people are phenomenal people. Like, right? Like, Robin Williams, I don't think will ever be known as anything but a phenomenal human being.
Yeah.
Same with Chadwick Boseman and Cameron Boyce was. I don't know a whole lot about his personal life, but I can't imagine with one, the smile that he has, and two, like just the positive energy that I've always seen him in. He seemed like such a beautiful soul. Like, yeah. Anyway, back to.
Well, I mean, it's not going to get much brighter, let's just say, after this, but
no, it won't be.
What rating do you give this? I mean, for me, it's like a 6.5.
I was kind of going to go with 6.
Yeah.
This movie isn't great or like it's borderline good. But it's very much an Adam Sandler movie, so you get a lot of laughs, a lot of moments that are like kind of tongue in cheek, a lot of moments that are like entertaining. Is this movie the best plot in the world? Absolutely not.
No, but it's cute and it's a Halloween movie. Honestly.
Yeah, it definitely fits the
like, vibe.
It kind of fits your preteen vibe very, very well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It gives like there's someone inside your house, or Fear Street.
Yeah.
But like not horror, like comedic, cutesy, Mr. Deeds Halloween.
yeah, exactly.
But
yeah, awesome. Okay, so we'll go into our second half now, which is inspired off of Shelby Oaks and ParaNorman and Regretting You. And it's families on the edge or movies that deal with complicated family dynamics. Obviously, once you guys find out or watch these movies, ParaNorman's pretty easy to spoil, so I'll spoil that one. But like ParaNorman has a very complicated history with his parents, like his parents not believing him, his friends not believing him. Like his sister is actively against him for a lot of it. And then obviously his deal with the curse that kind of travels through generation and the separation from his uncle because he's considered weird, right? Like, so these are other movies that deal with the same kind of family issues, not necessarily the exact same, but like they still deal with very complex family dynamics in the movie itself. So the first thing that we're going to do when we talk about these family dynamics is also give other examples of movies that have complicated family dynamics. So the first one is Hereditary from 2018, where it deals with grief and trauma passed through generations, which if you haven't seen Hereditary, very obvious. Like you can tell, like,
well, in the name.
That too. Wow, I'm stupid. But anyway, like it's just a freaky movie, but like you can tell that everybody, obviously, as it passes down through generation, is very much traumatized by what happens in that movie.
Another good one, the second one here, is Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I know is one of Ricky's favorite movies.
Oh, so good.
From 2022, but it deals in this instance with a mother-daughter disconnect and some emotional chaos, which is still a family dynamic, just a very different degree.
Of course. So the third one is The Others from 2001, which deals with grief, denial, and isolation within the family.
And the last one, which I would always promote, is Coraline from 2009, which deals with a child's need to be seen and heard by imperfect parents, which I do say they do a lot in this movie, and they do it very well, I think, with how much she wants to get attention, like swinging around on the door and like trying to get her dad's and mom's attention, and they're busy with work and moving and everything. Mm-hmm. She just wants to be a kid doing kid things, talking to her parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so then some of the discussion points that we wanted to go off of, more in particular to the movies we've seen, but without going into spoilers, obviously. Probably ParaNorman is the one we're going to talk about more than anything else. But anyway, so the first one is The Weight of Secrets. So how do lies or unspoken truths fracture family relationships? In these films, does honesty heal or does it hurt more?
So this one ties really well with Regretting You more than ParaNorman, because unspoken truths or lies essentially fracture a family relationship, but it's too late. I can't go any further, to be quite honest, in that degree.
Well, okay, if we talk about ParaNorman in particular, the hidden truths part, or like does honesty heal or hurt? Without Norman's uncle, now why am I blanking his name? Mr. Prendergast. If he doesn't sell Norman anything, obviously that hurts more. Right?
Yeah, it's not... I don't know if this is a good correlation to ParaNorman. Like, honesty does heal more, for sure. Because
but it also hurts more for Norman, too, because he doesn't... Even though he tells people that he can see ghosts, too.
Yeah, that's where it's hurting, because they don't believe him. Yeah. But then it is a healing moment near the end, because now his dad can understand that, okay, you know what? This is true, and he actively makes the effort to engage with his now deceased mom at the end with ParaNorman, or I keep saying ParaNorman there, with Norman there.
Yeah. But if we talk about Regretting You without spoiling anything, you're right. Like There are things that happen in the movie. This actually we can mention because it's in the trailer. But even the lies and the secrets of the cheating part of the
Is that in the trailer?
absolutely. When the other one, the couple, the two that pass away cheated on their relationships, that hurts that family. But they are able to heal from it because it like gets revealed and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that at the end, honesty is the best policy, right? Like it's what we've been told. I think it will always heal more than it will always hurt.
Yeah.
I think it's always the immediate hurt that everyone's afraid of, but in the long run, the more you're communicative and the more that you're honest and open with people, that I think it always will end up healing people more.
So in these films, the haunting isn't just literal, it's emotional. So how do the ghosts, whether real or metaphorical, represent unfinished family business?
So
obviously not with Regretting You in this instance, but
Right.
with Shelby Oaks and ParaNorman.
But even so in ParaNorman, the haunting, the being emotional, is that Norman uses the ghosts as kind of his friends.
Well, the ghosts are his friends, but there's unfinished business because some of those ghosts are left on Earth to apologize for that little girl. Like they want to make it right for the little girl.
But then even the ones that aren't for the little girl, they're waiting for their moment to finish unresolved issues. Like Mr. Pendergrass is the only reason why he's stayed on Earth was to let Norman know, and then as soon as he lets Norman know, he goes, "Okay, I'm done," boop, and disappears.
Yeah, and in this instance, it gives Norman a goal to reach toward. Now it's like someone actually needs him. He has Neil now.
Yep.
Neil believes it, and he's willing to help his friend through it. So, yeah, I don't know.
I think the haunting that is emotional for Norman in that movie is solely, obviously the emotional part is him connecting with all these ghosts and helping them pass on, right? But then also it's the unabashed judging or lack of judging from Neil that gets that haunting to be emotional in the real world as well.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Like if Neil was super judgy and stuck up like everyone else is in that movie, that's the emotional hurt from that, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of the emotional healing that it can come from, Neil just doesn't care that Norman can see ghosts and stuff. And because of that, they become amazing friends. And without Neil, I don't think Norman succeeds in any task.
No. What shows in friendship then too.
Yeah. All right, and then the third and last one is love versus obligation. When does a family's loyalty become a burden? And are you supposed to love your family no matter what, or do these stories challenge that idea?
They definitely challenge that idea because, well, in ParaNorman, the dad is kind of like upset that Norman is a freak. And I think Norman does say he hates his dad. Like, I hate you, right to his face. And in that instance, you won't love him. He's ashamed of his son.
Yeah.
How could you love a family member like that? And I'm very big on, like, if you do wrong, I'm a petty person when it comes to holding grudges. Or I can be. I've been better. But I will say family loyalty is a burden in real life for sure. In the real world, I mean. But in Regretting You, it is a slight burden for Jonah, so Dave Franco's character, when, not spoiling it, as you know, they got cheated on, Dave Franco and Allison Williams characters, but it's a burden because he wants to tell Clara, and Allison Williams, who's Morgan, doesn't. So I feel like there's burden there because he wants to be loyal to Clara, and she wants to be loyal by not telling her because she didn't want the after effects of her now dad's death to be crushed at the fact that he was cheating on her mother.
Okay. To combat the ParaNorman idea one, so yes, the dad is really nasty at the beginning, but it's because the dad doesn't understand, right? And doesn't believe and doesn't, right? But as soon as through the events of the movie, Norman shows that his dad, that he is, what he says is real and it's true and he's not lying and he has been lying. The dad can be an asshole and be like, just well, you're weird and I don't want to be with you. And like, you know what I mean? But the dad takes a moment, understands it, and then becomes very loving and caring and actually is willing to help Norman through things, right? Like by the end of the movie, the dad has a 180. He isn't like, don't get me wrong, he's not like a hug him tight kind of dad anyway. He's more just like a standoffish kind of person anyway.
Yeah.
But the dad has accepted Norman for who he is. And every time, and the dad at the end of the movie goes, all right, where is grandma? And then like it's accepting of it. It isn't putting up with it. Right? Like he's just, he understands.
Which is rare though, because I feel like in families in real life, like there's people in my family, an extended family I don't like. I'm not going to be loyal to them. I don't know. Like I think people think there's too much obligation with family, and that's not fair.
I think I think the family loyalty thing becoming a burden is when family does you wrong and doesn't have your best interest at heart. But if they're willing to learn, I don't think it's a burden. If they're willing to adapt.
Very rarely do family members want to learn.
I disagree. I think that every human being on this planet has an ability to learn and grow and
True.
And adapt,
I mean, it might
right?
depend more on the culture. It might be stronger in other cultures than others.
I think it just depends on the person. Like, because I've as you know, I've dealt with family members that are unmoving and truly a burden on my family, and so
and mine too. Like, I'm not saying
right, but like, I think that there's enough family members that aren't like that shows me that family loyalty absolutely can be a burden. But there's also a lot of family members that I know that aren't a burden.
You also have a lot more family members.
True, yeah.
Hispanic culture, it's a lot more people.
Yeah, but like I've said though, like with all the family members I have, most of them aren't a burden. Like I think that there's a lot of them that are like, sure, they need help, but needing help and being a burden, I think, are two different things, right? Like to me, there's only one person I can think of that is more of a burden.
Yeah.
Than anybody else, right? Like everyone else in my family, sure, do they need help? Absolutely. And like, I'll be honest with you, I love my grandma, and she needs help, right? Like
like physical
help,
oh.
or like even just to be the person to sit and talk to her, right? Like that to me isn't a burden, but like it is.
No, I just also lack patience, and
Fair.
I think that's for me what makes family loyalty a burden as well, is because if you can't have the patience, like I don't have the patience, then I shouldn't have to be obligated to be so loyal to someone. If they can't give me, I'm also tit for tat. Like if you can't give me the time of day, I'm not going to give you the time of day.
That's fair.
Or if you do give me the time of day and I'm not in the mood for it, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Also very like mood swingy, and that's my fault, and I try to grow out of it, but I can't. It's kind of hard. But I know we're getting off the beaten path a little.
Well, no,
more,
it's still the topic. I think the idea that you should love your family no matter what is wrong. I don't think that's true. I think 100% there's family that do people wrong all the time, and I think that family can be evil and maniacal and cruel to each other. But I don't think that we should write off family just because they're annoying or a burden. That's what I mean.
Fair.
All right.
To each
that was
their
a little
own.
bit too deep.
No, to each their own. Essentially, though, yeah, we kind of summed it up with Regretting You and ParaNorman, but both of them, there is some degree of burden and there is some degree of family loyalty, and it's how they counteract each other or like how they work in the movies.
Actually, one quick thing so we can tie Shelby Oaks into this a little bit tighter.
Sure.
The main woman's character, the Mia, right, is her name? Her loyalty to her sister is unbreaking.
I know. Even, well, I can't say.
To
like
the fullest extent. Let's put it that way.
All we know in the trailer is that she's disappeared, the sister,
right,
for years. So we have to. She is unwavering in trying to find her sister.
Yeah,
maybe
because for her family is love no matter what.
But then her husband doesn't necessarily
right,
align with it.
Yeah, and that will leave up to you to watch.
Exactly.
Shelby Oaks.
And who knows? After the hunt may have something with grief too. But
of course,
we'll let you know next week.
But anyway.
Last but not least, it is time for some Did We Knows, which is always my favorite. So I think there's a few movies on here. So do you want to do one full movie each kind of thing?
Yeah, let's do that. What movie do you want to do?
Definitely well, actually, you like it so much. You do the first one.
No, you do it.
So we're going to do like a rapid fire version. Why don't you go first? Because the first one I know you love and I do too, but the second one I love more than you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, whatever.
Fuck it.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay. So, ParaNorman of 2012. The movie took over 2 years just to animate, with more than 200,000 unique facial expressions used for Norman alone. Did we know?
Yes.
I didn't know.
I've watched it behind the scenes
I didn't
for
know it was
the
200,000.
Yeah, to watch it done is so cool.
All right. It was the first stop-motion film to use a 3D color printer for the faces, giving the characters their expressive detail. Did we know?
No.
No, I did not know
That's
that.
really cool.
That is really cool. Director Chris Butler actually based the story on feeling like an outsider kid who loved horror movies. Did we know?
No. But I could see that.
Absolutely.
it's
this whole movie is exactly that.
Yeah.
100%. Leica built over 60 unique sets, including tiny working light fixtures and fully functional mini TVs. Did we know?
Wow. No. Fully functional mini TVs. That's insane.
That's actually really cool because it blends the idea of motion and stop motion.
Because
all at the
in
same
it,
time.
the first thing you see is the horror movie. And she's like screaming and the zombie's taking forever to get over.
That's actually really fucking cool. All right, and the last one was it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Feature but lost to Brave. Did we know?
Yes, but I couldn't remember when and who it lost to.
I'm going to say no because I didn't watch the Oscars as intently as Cheyenne did.
All right, next is Coraline from 2009. The entire film took 4 years to make, every frame handcrafted through stop motion. Did we know?
Yes.
Yes. Coraline's sweater was hand-knitted with needles thinner than a human hair. Did we know?
Not about the thinner needle thing.
Yeah, I knew that. I watched a lot of behind-the-scenes of Leica movies specifically, especially box trolls too. And I did hear from that. The film was the first stop-motion movie shot entirely in 3D. Did we know?
No, I did not know that.
I don't remember seeing it in 3D. I must have, but I don't remember that.
That's really cool.
Henry Selick, the director of The Nightmare Before Christmas, adapted Neil Gaiman's novella. Gaiman wrote Coraline after his daughter dared him to make something scarier for kids. Did we know?
No.
Yes, I did know that. That his daughter wanted like a scary kids story.
I think it's really good though.
Mm-hmm. Well, the book is a lot darker, just a fair warning. I love the book, but it is hella dark. Like, it's crazy how much they could have tweaked this even darker, the movie. And lastly, the crew made over 15,000 facial parts to capture Coraline's emotions. Did we know?
No.
I did, but that seems like way less than Norman.
It is way less than
Norman. That's crazy, eh?
All right, so the third movie is Everything Everywhere All at Once from 2022. Film's multiverse visual effects were made by a 5-person team using mostly Adobe After Effects. No big VFX studio. Did we know?
No, I did not know that.
Oh, I actually did know this one. This one I did know.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
How?
It was a big marketing thing when the movie was coming out. Michelle Yeoh's role was originally written for Jackie Chan until the Daniels flipped the gender and made her the lead. Did we know?
No.
No. That's really cool. I really like that. The hot dog hands universe, entirely practical, with gloves filled with lube for flexibility. Did we know? No.
No, and I don't remember this movie that well, to be quite honest. So I don't remember this.
I remember this scene, and that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
The film took home 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actress. Did we know?
Yes. And Best Supporting Actor or Best Actor? Because it wasn't Ke Huy Quan in this? Or was it Jackie?
Yeah, you're right. Best Supporting Actor, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that, sorry, my brain went to Best Supporting Actress, but no. That's...
Oh, and I kind of flubbed it for the next fact, but it's okay.
Ke Huy Quan had quit acting for decades before returning to this movie and won an Oscar for it. Did we know?
Yes.
Cheyenne literally just spoiled that last part.
We watched it as it happened. I was so excited.
But for Ke Huy Quan, man, I was so happy.
I was so happy for him. His reaction made it too.
Oh, dude, I cried when I heard his reaction.
Yeah, it was amazing. And
so
it's those type of actors when they win that makes me excited to watch the Oscars, even though it's a shit show now. But anyway,
same with Brendan Fraser because they won at the exact same time.
That he won Best Actor.
He won.
That was Best Actor. What a way to win, eh?
Oh.
Anyway. Last and final movie is Hereditary from 2018. Ari Aster, who is the director, said the movie started as a family drama about grief, not a horror film. The supernatural stuff came later. Did we know? No. That's really weird, though.
That actually is really
naturally became
a horror movie. Can I be honest with you? That's really annoying.
Why?
Because it's a whole horror movie.
Yeah, where in the heck would he have spliced that in? I don't know.
Anyway.
Toni Collette almost turned down the role because she didn't want to do another dark film. And now it's one of her most iconic performances. Did we know?
No.
No, and I don't know her other movie that she was.
She was actually in Mickey 17. She was the.
But that's not the dark movie they're talking about.
No. But I'm saying like she was in Mickey 17.
I know she was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
she was
said her other movie.
No, her other movie from
another dark film.
Another dark film.
I have no idea.
The model houses in the film were hand-built miniatures matching the real sets perfectly. Did we know?
Nope.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So another way of saying this would be when the head is gone, that type of scene in this movie was filmed using a combination of practical effects and prosthetics with no CGI. Did we know? No.
I also don't know how that would work.
I'm saying it this way just in case YouTube decides to, it's not a great idea to say the other words, so I don't want to get demonetized.
Whatever.
Lastly, it premiered at Sundance, where it caused mass walkouts for being too disturbing. Did we know?
I did hear this, yes.
I don't think I did hear this.
I did hear this. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's that scary, honestly.
A lot of people do. I'm slowly getting you to be a stronger stomach.
I guess so.
So last thing is with Toni Collette, I believe the movie they're talking about with the dark film is The Sixth Sense. If you've not seen it, it's a fantastic movie. I highly recommend it. But yeah, that sums up our Did We Knows and our episode.
Yeah, so if you want to keep watching other things about us, go on Spotify, go on YouTube, go on Apple Podcasts, go on iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you want to watch those videos, there's Spotify and YouTube. You can watch us there. If you want to follow us on any of our social media, we got X, Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram.
TikTok,
Letterboxd,
YouTube, Letterboxd,
which I will be updating by the time you see this.
Yeah, and then if you want to watch our reels or our shorts or TikToks, obviously YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Please let us know what you think of any of these movies because they are just our opinions and what we think of it, but we want to hear yours. So please leave the comments below, subscribe. Ring the notification bell on YouTube.
Comment. Everything is at the A-List Admission on social media except for X and Letterboxd, which is the A-List Pod.
Yep. Please rate us whatever you feel like, but 5 stars is preferable. But please let us know why. And please share this around. Like send this to your coworkers, your friends, your enemies, loved ones, random person down the street. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah. And
until next time.
we'll see you at the movies.
Bye.
Bye.